Can you imagine a pager, a simple communication device, becoming the cause of a national tragedy? Picture this. May 2024, a helicopter crash claims the life of former Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi. But as the dust settles, an astonishing theory emerges. An Iranian member of parliament suggests that a pager explosion may have been the catalyst for this devastating event. Now let's add another layer to this intricate puzzle. This theory doesn't exist in isolation. It's wrapped up in a web of speculation linking these pager explosions to Tehran-backed Hezbollah, a connection that has already resulted in casualties in both Lebanon and Syria. Yet, as with any mystery, there are conflicting accounts. An official investigation chalks up the crash to severe weather conditions. But, as is often the case, the official narrative isn't quelling the whispers of intrigue. In fact, a seemingly innocuous photo has poured gasoline on the embers of speculation. The image in question? A simple shot of a table, with a pager seemingly forgotten in the background. As the world mourned the loss of a political figure, a photo showing a pager on a table in the background added fuel to the fire of speculation surrounding his death. While Iran grappled with its loss, the tension between Israel and Hezbollah was reaching a boiling point. In the backdrop of this political turmoil, a dangerous dance of power was unfolding between Israel and Hezbollah. The shadows of war were growing longer with each passing day, as attacks and counterstrikes escalated the tension to a fever pitch. The fuse was lit by a missile attack from Hezbollah on Tel Aviv, a move that rattled the region and sent ripples of apprehension across the globe. In response, Israeli forces retaliated with extensive strikes on southern Lebanon, painting a grim picture of devastation and loss. The sky, once a canvas of peace, was now filled with the smoke of conflict and the echoes of artillery. The cost of this escalating conflict was paid in human lives, with at least 22 people losing their lives in these strikes. Adding to the gravity of the situation, Hezbollah confirmed the death of one of their missile chiefs. This loss was a severe blow to the organization, and further fanned the flames of the conflict. The situation was spiraling out of control, with the fear of a full-blown war hanging heavy in the air. Yet amid the chaos and destruction, a beacon of hope emerged as people around the world raised their voices against the violence. From the Vatican, Pope Francis condemned the Israeli strikes on Lebanon, calling for an end to the fighting. The plea for peace echoed across continents, reverberating in the hearts of those who yearned for harmony in the Middle East. As the death toll rose, the world watched in horror, urging for an end to the violence. The Middle East, a land of ancient civilizations, now stood at the brink of a war that could change its destiny. The question remained, would the call for peace be heard, or would the drums of war drown out the voice of reason? In the face of escalating violence, the international community had to respond. The smoke had barely cleared from the recent strikes when the world began to feel the ripple effects of the chaos unfurling in the Middle East. In Lebanon, British nationals found themselves in the eye of the storm. Urgent advisories echoed through embassies, urging them to evacuate. To aid in this mission, 700 British troops were dispatched to Cyprus, a strategic location for a possible emergency evacuation. Yet, amidst the clatter of military maneuvers and the rush of evacuation plans, a singular voice echoed with a plea for peace. Pope Francis, the spiritual leader of over 1 billion people worldwide, condemned the Israeli strikes on Lebanon. His message was clear and resonant, calling for an end to the fighting. His words were a beacon of hope in a time of fear and uncertainty, urging the world to strive for peace amidst the turmoil. However, while his call echoed across the globe, the situation on the ground remained tense. Fears of an all-out war in the Middle East started to grip the international community. The conflict, which had started with a pager's explosion, had now escalated to missile strikes and casualties. The world watched anxiously as the situation unfolded. Calls for de-escalation increased, with world leaders urging all parties involved to step back from the brink of war. The world had seen the devastating effects of conflict in the Middle East before, and nobody wanted a repeat of the past. Yet, as the situation continued to unfold, it became clear that the road to peace would not be an easy one. The world found itself on the precipice of a potential crisis, with the peace and stability of the Middle East hanging in the balance. As tension continues to rise, the world holds its breath, hoping for peace in the face of uncertainty. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the escalating tensions in the Middle East. We hope this video has shed light on the complexity of the situation and the potential global impacts. If you appreciate this kind of in-depth analysis and want to stay up to date with developments from around the world, please consider subscribing to our channel. In our next video, we will explore the potential outcomes of this crisis and how they could shape the future of the region and the world. We will delve into the geopolitical chess game being played out, the key players involved, and what this all means for the wider international community. To ensure you don't miss out on this important discussion, click on the bell icon to receive notifications for our future videos. Until then, keep asking questions, stay informed, and above all, stay safe. Remember, understanding the world today helps us shape a better tomorrow.